Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to more content on the channel. Today's video, we're gonna play some more Voxies. So we're slightly gonna pay to win in this video, and we're gonna buy a couple of game passes. In fact, we might actually buy all of them. I don't really know. It depends on how I'm feeling, chat, to be honest with you. And you know what's crazy, chat? Like, bro, this game went from having 43,000 players yesterday to today only having about 14,000 players at the time of the recording of this video. That's an insane drop off, but I don't know. It kind of is like Type Soul in a way. I've noticed that Type Soul, like when it's the weekends, I guess because kids are like home and they can play the game, like it spikes up in player count by like 50, 60,000 players. And during the week, it averages way less numbers. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how this game fares out on the weekend. Nevertheless, I really appreciate you guys' support on the first video to this game here on the channel. If you guys want to continue to see more content on this game and for it to be a series, just drop a like. Show some love and support to your boy. Thank you. All right, chat. Let's get into it, my brother. Yes, sirski. So, last time we played, we left off where we just got to, I believe this is orange now. Additionally, we had just unlocked 2 sword styles. So, we'll go ahead and check that out this video and try to see if we can get some mastery real quick on this. So, we have the Phantom Slash ability. Ooh, damn. All right, chat. Well, I'm getting a lot of mastery XP right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just like take on the base level quest for this area and we'll see how it goes. We'll try to get maybe our ability unlocked before we start buying some game passes, but I mean 30 mastery for our second ability is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why the hell am I getting attacked by an invisible pirate, bro? What the hell is that? All right, guys, so I just took on the pirate officer quest because I'm level 141. I've been like just dunking on these guys, to be honest. So pirate officers might just be these guys down over here, I think. And indeed they are. All right, so we'll go ahead and just take care of these guys. I'm at level 26 mastery right now, so pretty close to 30. And then obviously once we get 30, I will show you guys what that ability is gonna look like once we unlock it. All right, chat, so we just unlocked the ability. It's called Twin Cross Slash. So this is how it's gonna look like, chat, and it looks kind of cool. I'm gonna zoom out and use it again because you guys know sometimes in this game when you're like zoomed in ever so slightly, the VFX doesn't look that great. But all right, let's go ahead and use it again. And it actually looked a lot better when you were zoomed in, to be honest. But yeah, so that's 2 sword style. I guess now we can go ahead and take a look at all the game passes here and see what we're gonna get. All right, so I think first order of business is to get 2 times mastery. We got 2 times XP in the last. No, actually, we have 2 times XP as a dev product, not a game pass. We can get 2 times drop chance and 2 times money, but I think that's not really necessary for the time being. So we will obviously go ahead and buy Yoru. So that's going to be a whopping 1,000 Robux. So 1,500 Robux so far. But I think we're going to leave it at that, to be honest with you. I think that's all we're going to get. We might buy one of the boats later into the video, but it seems that each one of them is going to cost like, oh, well, the coffin boat is 500, but you know, the striker boat is 400. And yeah, that might be it, to be honest with you. I don't really know. Maybe we got... Why are private servers 1,400? Bro, some of these Roblox games are just like... They're dumb, bro. They really are. All right, well, here's a Dark Blade. As you guys can see with the description that it has, it's forged in eternal darkness. This cursed blade devours light itself. Each ring leaves a trail of shadows tearing through enemies with unholy power. So, has no buffs. I would have expected, excuse me, for this magnificent looking sword to have a buff, but I guess not. So if you equip it, you do get some pretty sick VFX on your eye and then on the weapon itself as well. Now, I'm pretty sure that when we get to unlocking hockey, if there is hockey in the game, I'm assuming there is, that, you know, the weapon is going to look much different and much cooler, right? So let's go take a look and see if we can take on the last quest, which is going to be the Mad Clown. So this is definitely the boss for this area. And I think this might be him. Yeah, that might be him. All right, cool. So he does a whole lot of damage. That's our Z key, by the way. I think I have to hold that down. And I just got clapped up. Crazy. All right, well, let's try this again, chat, right? And he interrupted my Z key that time. Bro, you know what? I think bosses are not going to be it, brother. All right, you know what? I think I'm okay not fighting bosses. Let me stick on the pirate officers, dude. All right, so let's try that again, right? Oh, actually, your Z key is not an ability that you hold down. I thought it would have been, but man, is the mastery gain just like dumb high right now, man, because of this game pass that we just got. Like, we literally got like 3 kills and got 16 mastery. Like, what? So as it stands right now, I'm not sure if this is an intended feature or if it's like a little bit of a bug, but you guys will see once we use this ability, right? Look, when you use the Phantom Waltz ability, it actually like vacuums, whatever you want to call it, all the enemies that it comes into contact with and brings them in your direction. That's actually really OP, and in my opinion, super cool. So once we unlock this next ability, if it's a big damage dealing ability, this sword is absolutely broken, bro. Like, look at this. You get all these things together, and it's just like smooth sailing from there on out. So we did get the next quest unlocked now, so it's gonna be at a new island, but I'm just gonna stick here and try to see if we can get this next ability unlocked first. All right, chat, this should be the last kill here, and there you go. So now we have the Shadow Obliterator, which is our X key. Ooh, this has a really cool VFX to it. So the okay. Like I was trying to say, the VFX indicates that that is going to be just like a gigantic slash that probably comes into contact with as many enemies as is visible. Like, let's go ahead and use it over here. And indeed, yep, that's how it works, chat. Doesn't matter the distance. I guess if you can see him, you can hit him. Crazy. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna start tracking our very next quest location, which is gonna be down that way. And we'll go down over here, and not the premium guy. We gotta go to the normal guy, right, chat? Because, you know, we're brokies out here. We're by the iron sail, and I will catch you guys when we're at the next island. Okay, so it seems that the next island is gonna be Sandor. I hope they change the lighting when we come into contact with the island, because if they don't, I don't know. I don't really dig this lighting for Sandor. Yeah, they kind of adjusted the lighting a slight bit over here, so this looks pretty decent. All right, so they have the spawn setter right outside of the castle gates here, so we'll go ahead and just set our spawn point here, and this is going to be our quest giver. So it seems that the Desert Guardians are going to be at level 200, and then I guess the Pharaoh's the boss at level 225. So we'll probably have to be here until like level 250-ish, which honestly should not take us too much time given how quickly we've been progressing and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and use this ability. And I thought it was going to be a one-shot kill over here, but not really. I mean, hey, it does a tremendous amount of damage. So I guess like probably like another like 40 or so stat points into our sword stat, and we will definitely be just molly-whopping these guys here with one-shots, if you will. All right, chat, so I just put in 50 stat points. Let's see if we're one-shotting. Dude, we're still not one-shotting. All right, maybe another 20 stat points and we will be one-shotting these guys, but at that point, it wouldn't even matter, given that we're already level 202, so we can just move on over into the next NPCs, which are going to be the Desert Guardians here. All right, so here are the Desert Guardians. These guys are very much spread out. I don't really like how this is compared to the other area. I don't know. I might honestly just stay grinding on the other guys since they were a lot more easy to grind on. Sounds so wrong, but you know, what can you do when you're playing One Piece Roblox game, brother? You know, you just gotta grind and grind. By the way, I'm looking at the game's Trello, and I just realized that in Orange Town, we actually missed the Dark Step teacher, but it didn't even matter because I think we don't even have enough cash. We need 30k cash. And then here in the Sandstorm Island, as they call it in this game, we don't even have like anything that we can do. We can only just fight the Pharaoh boss. Oh, so in fact, chat, I do have 42,000 cash. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and actually get into a high enough level to move into the next island, and before we get to the next island, we'll just go right back down to Orange Town and we'll pick up that Dark Step and see how that looks. All right, chat, so finally got to level 250, and as you guys can see over here, we can track the Snow Island now. But obviously, before we go over there, we're gonna make our way back to Orange Town. I just hope that I actually remember where Orange Town is at. I would love to see this game have some sort of like compass, like island tracker thing, like not so much a quest tracker, but rather like a tracker for the islands themselves, or kind of like how Pixel Piece did it. If you guys remember Pixel Piece, where literally it would like, you had like a, I don't know what they called it. It was like a global compass or something like that, and you used it and it literally showed you the level requirement for each island, the name of each island, the distance to each island. It was just a really handy feature, and you could just like look around and stuff like that. Obviously, conversely, you can also do like an in-game map, and that also works just as good. But I really liked that feature where it's like, you know, you can look around, see the name of the island, the level requirement, and all that stuff. All right, chat, here we go. We have arrived. Now let's go ahead. Oh, this is actually Central Town. Dang it. Why does this thing look so similar to Orange Town? All right, whatever. Hold on. Let's make our way to the other island. Okay, chat. I think this should be the island. So there's Central Town. I kind of went, well, I don't even know how to adequately describe this, so I'm not even going to bother, right? Because I'm probably just going to throw you guys off with directions. But there you go. Yes, Orange Town. So now the only problem will be to actually find this guy. So I'm just going to like run around and I'll let you guys know if I find anything or find him. Oh, and indeed. All right, so here's a cave, right? So you guys, like, that's pretty much like the dock area. So if you come like eastward, northeastward, you will find this little cave, and there's the Dark Step teacher. So you can go ahead and interact with him. He says hello. We can talk to him. He says, would you like to learn the Dark Step fighting style for 30,000? This style lets you strike foes with powerful kicks and grant access to 4 special abilities. Let's click yes. And there you go. And now we have Blackleg. So I definitely thought it was going to be something else, but there it is. We have spinning razor kick, as you guys can see. Yo, the VFX is actually pretty solid, and it lasts a really long time as you use it. Now, unfortunately, we currently have a sword stat build and not a melee build, so we will not be doing basically any kind of damage, as you guys can tell. But here's the basic kicks. Actually, bro, this is not that bad, right? Like 40 something damage per kick, and we only have what, like 70 stat points in strength. Bro, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I think in the next video we're gonna have to check this more in depth. Sorry, brother, I just kissed you. Ah, damn it, I'm out of here, brother. I am out of here.